Welcome back to another Nourish to Flourish segment with yours truly, Megan the trainer, registered dietitian. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about vitamin D, because now that the weather is starting to pick up, especially if you're somebody who lives in Wisconsin, who's kind of coming out of a low slump from vitamin D, this is now a really great time to capitalize on the cool thing that our bodies can do, which is make vitamin D with the help from the sun. Our food list for vitamin D sources is quite short, with really it only being milk, fortified dairy products, egg yolks, and fatty fish like sardines and salmon. But at the same time, again, like I mentioned, we can get it from the sun. Now, supplementing is also going to be helpful. Magnesium can play a role with vitamin D absorption and utilization, as well as vitamin K2. So if you get a supplement, do D3K2, please and thank you. There's your little PSA for that. But vitamin D can play a role in bone formation and bone structure development, as well as immune function, muscle health, and even cognition. So sometimes if you've noticed that you've been more fatigued, you felt more achy, maybe not quite yourself, especially as we get out of kind of the winter season, maybe vitamin D is kind of connected to that. And I think that's why sometimes getting outside and getting fresh air and the sun on your face can feel so good, because we can get that little boost of vitamin D. So when it comes to vitamin D and using the sun, there's a few different variables that kind of come into play. So of course the UV index, your skin tone, where exactly you live, what time of day it is when you go out, all of those things can kind of play a role. But a nice good baseline that I usually like to recommend is for people to get out, get your hands, get your face, maybe a little bit of your arms exposed for maybe 10, no more than 20 minutes pre-sunscreen. This is not me saying that you need to throw sunscreen away. There definitely is a place where we need to protect our skin. It's the largest organ on our body. But at the same time, we also want to make sure that we're getting some vitamin D. So it doesn't need to be anything crazy. This is something kind of like either mid to late morning or early evening where we can get some sun exposure for that 10 to 20 minutes without it being that peak UV where we're risking a little bit more damage. So this could even just be like just getting outside, opening your blinds, letting some more of that sunlight come into your house, walking your dog in the morning or in the evening, taking your coffee to the patio. Just let your body soak up a little bit of that sunshine. So, now that you know better, let's go out and do better so we can all be better.